All right. So,
Howdy.
all right. Let's stop it here.
Welcome, I'm Gus. Welcome to Time Division. Time Division is a two-player card game in which both players are representing kind of competing factions, competing time travel agencies. Both factions are trying to work to wrest control of time over the other one. The way that you're going to be doing this is you're going to be trying to collect influence points. Every single card in the game is worth a certain amount of influence points. You're going to be trying to move them to your influence area, which is this big row of cards down here. Whoever collects the most influence by the end of the game is going to win. At the start of the game, you're going to flip this coin to see who goes first. It flipped on this side, so the Golden Lion player is going to go first. You're going to have a hand of cards. A turn consists of playing a single card to this little plinth here, which is called the decision space. So the first player will play a single card, the second player will play a single card. We'll then evaluate. Whoever plays the highest card gets to choose which card will score and go to their influence area, and which card will trigger its special ability. So only one card will trigger its special ability each round, only one card will score.
Okay. So it can't be the same card that scores and does the special.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the trick, is that you're often making these trade-offs between playing really great cards that do really powerful things and just playing the high numbers that'll score you points.
Cool.
And I want to try to score a lot of points, so I'm just going to go ahead and start by playing the highest number in the game, which is the 10 Pharaoh right on my plate. You're going to go second. I'll introduce this first. Don't feel too worried about not being able to read all these icons. There's a lot of icons on the cards, but we'll sort of work through them together and we'll get to a point if we can read them.
Okay.
So it's actually funny, this card that you've left out, I think would be a great one to play. Let's play the Charioteer to that decision space.
Okay.
So reading icons. Every single set of icons is going to be read from left to right.
Okay.
So the first icon is you're going to be looking for an area on the board that this card is going to affect. So taking a look at the board, where do we see this symbol show up?
Right here on the board.
Exactly, yep. And then it's going to be color-coded red or blue. Red means your opponent's side. You can see this little red bar right here, whereas blue means your side.
Cool.
So this is going to affect my decision space because it's red. Then we'll have an arrow. Arrow means move a card. So we're going to be moving a card from my decision space to somewhere else. Where do you see this icon showing?
Don't exactly see it anywhere, but if anywhere, it's not there, but
That is there.
that is there.
Because it's got that little double
Oh,
arrow.
right there, okay.
This area is called the past. The past is a big discard pile. It's a bunch of
Okay.
cards that none of us control.
Sweet.
So reading this card from left to right, try sort of reading the whole card in English.
Okay, so decision space of the opponent
Yep.
going to the past. So
Exactly.
put that guy in the past.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what that would do.
Bet.
So whoever plays the highest card gets to choose which card scores and which card triggers its effect.
Okay.
The problem is the effect goes first. So if I trigger my effect, I get to read some nice flavor text, and then the card would just go to the past.
Okay.
And your card would score, which would get you 5 points. However, if I choose to trigger your effect, it's going to move my card right to the past.
To the past.
And then there's no card left to score.
Okay, so
I think that's going to work out best for me, so I'm going to trigger your effect. This card's going to go straight to the past. And then as soon as a card effect is triggered, it also goes to the past. So both of these cards are going to chill in the past here.
cool.
Got it? Okay.
Right.
And whoever plays the highest card gets the coin. So because I played the highest card, I get the coin, I get to go again. Going first is really tough because it's often easy for your opponent to kind of undercut you, like you just saw here. So to avoid going first in the future, I'm going to play a really low card. Okay. I'm going to play the Potter.
Potter.
So, the Potter, what area of the board is this going to affect?
It's gonna affect the past.
Yep. And then this symbol you haven't seen, this means a card of my choice. So I can choose a card in the past. Where do I move it?
Which symbol? That one you're talking about?
Yeah, the little kind of blue person.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's you. Okay.
Yeah, that would be me, right?
Okay.
And then where would I move a card of my choice from the past?
That is if I get
So you would move a card of your choice to the past. Okay, looking like in the future.
Exactly, yeah, into the influence area. So I would get to
Okay.
take one of these and score it as points.
Okay, cool.
You know,
All right,
there's an
10.
obvious good choice for me.
All right.
You're gonna have a choice in your hand, and I'll actually let you make it. You can play the super high number you have in your hand and just score a lot of points, right? Because you could choose my effect to trigger and your card to score. Or you could play your lower number, which will let you activate this stack of the board. This is called the independent stack. It's a big discard pile of cards that neither of us control.
Okay.
And then you would let me score this 3, which is pretty crappy. Because it's only 3 points.
Well, it kind of looks like to me that both of these guys influenced that influence
Indeed,
bar.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's the 10? The small 10 mean?
That means exactly the 10. So if exactly the 10 is in this stack, you would get to take it. But there's only one 10. It's right over there. So you know, 10's not over there.
Looks like Carpenter it is.
Great. You played the highest number, so you're going to go first. And you're going to choose which card scores and moves to the influence area and which effect triggers.
I don't get it.
So which effect would you like to trigger?
I'll let you score and let me get the effect.
I think that makes sense. So your effect will go. You get to look at this whole stack. The abilities on these cards won't matter. So you're just looking for good numbers to add to your area.
I'll go Vizier.
Yeah, seems great. And then I get to score the Potter, and that just goes right in my area. And this goes to the past because it was activated. Normally, in a full game, you'll start with 6 cards in your hand. I started us with less.
Okay.
So now you've got 3 new cards, three new sets of icons to learn. So take a look at those cards. If there's some of them that don't make sense to you, we can talk about them together.
Okay.
Alright, I'll play this. So I have the bigger one. Alright, my card says I can choose a card from
All right, so I've got the coin. That means I'm going
Yep,
first.
you're playing the first
Yours
card.
says
Yep.
you can choose
Okay.
one from here and put it in. Okay. I think I'll let you keep your 3 points and I'll do my effect. Okay, so first I do the effect. I look through these cards. Oh, nice. Okay. And then you get 3 points.
Golly.
Now I have to go first again. Okay.
Okay, so who determines who scores and who does their...
Whoever plays the highest number.
Okay.
Which, going first, it's hard to know who's going to play the highest number, right?
Higher number scores naturally, right?
Yeah, the highest number gets to choose, right?
Okay.
So, like, you're definitely going to get to choose which effect triggers and which card scores. So I'm going to see if I can do something to try to get me back in, since I'm pretty behind right now. Okay, I'm going to play this. So this would let me take a card from your influence area of my choice and move it to the past.
Ah, nice.
So then you're going to get to choose which effect is going to trigger here and which card's going to score.
All right, so this is take the 10 from the pad. No.
From here.
Take the 10 from there, which is not
It's
there.
not there. We know it's not there. Yeah.
And then move it to the influence.
Yeah, to
Okay.
your score area.
All right, so I shouldn't have played the priest. So that's it.
Going first is really hard.
Okay.
Because, you don't know exactly what your opponent's going to play.
I don't know exactly what's going to happen. All right, so... And you know what? I'll just lock in the 9.
Yep. So I'm going to trigger this effect. That's going to go to here. This doesn't get to score, and you get to score. Yeah.
You go first?
So yeah, you're still... It's funny. You end up in about the same position that you were in.
Pretty much.
Because you played the highest card, you keep the coin, and you're going to play again.
All right, and we start with 6, and then we basically stay at 6.
It's actually, we're going to play one more card. In the full game, you draft your hands.
Okay.
So you're going to get to know what's in your opponent's hand a little bit and play to that.
That one
Cool.
would allow you to swap a card from your hand. Okay. Very interesting.
Opponent.
Okay. I'll play the 8. So I take this. And sure. I'll let you do it. So
Okay, what's this 3 cards means?
Yeah. The card on the 3. Let's take a look at it together.
The card with the 3 of
Yeah.
them.
So that's an icon we haven't seen, right? So that is your hand. So
Okay,
take
my
a
hand.
card from your hand of your choice.
yes, it is mandatory.
Move it, and this arrow means that you're going to take a card back from where you move it from. So you're going to take a card from your hand and exchange it with a card from the past.
Okay.
So you can swap one of the cards in your hand. You know, you could get the 10 back or the 9 back, and try to score it in the future.
I have to go first now. Okay. I'll try to play the archer. That one says that the card from your side, that's
There's how many of every number? Just one?
2 of every number, except for the 10.
2 of
There's
every
only
number.
one 10.
so you would take any card from here and just score it. Yep.
Not sure exactly what this means, but the opponent must play a 4 into the past.
Yeah, if I play a 4 here, you're going to get to move it to the past. So you're
Okay.
saying I can't play a 4, basically.
Okay.
Which is fine.
But I can also choose to just do the number, though.
Yeah, if you play the highest card, which I'm actually going to play higher.
Okay.
No,
So because I played the highest card,
I'll do the
I get the
effect.
coin, and I get to choose which effect triggers and which card
effect is-
scores. So I'm going to choose your effect to trigger, which is if I had a 4 on this space, I'd move it to the past.
Okay. Don't.
So this does nothing,
one card. So I
goes
have this
away,
Okay.
and then I get to score this.
Nice.
one. So
And then I have to go first, but, so let's play a full game. We'll
All right.
take all of our cards. In the full game,
yes.
we're going to take all the cards, we're going to shuffle them, and we're going to do a little draft.
So that's 19 cards.
Yeah, there's 18 cards. That's right? Yeah, I think there's 18 cards, and then there's the 2s are actually not in the game. There's no 2s. We'll talk about why, actually, when we finish.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
So in the game, there's
A couple of
actually
weird cards that we
There's
didn't
a
see.
medieval deck. That's
These 2 cards interact with this swirly area, which is called the
instead of always
temporary
referencing
space.
me or you,
This
like,
exclamation
my
point
cards
means they
or
affect
cards,
themselves.
Is that kind of like the stack or something?
Yeah, it's like the stack. Yeah, very good. So, what this means, right, is I take this card from my decision space and move it to the temporary zone, right here.
And then there's the 80s cards.
At the
that,
beginning of the
quite
next
wacky effects.
turn,
They're
this
quite
effect will
complex.
trigger
And they're
before a
super
card
cool.
scores or takes
Sometimes you
effect,
score
which
them
here
this way,
is
but sometimes
I
you
would
score them
choose a
other way
card from
around.
your hand at
And
random
then
to
there's some
play.
sort of,
So I force you to play a
effect on the
random
cards,
card from your hand instead of your
adjacent to it
choice.
or in one direction.
So the stack, they kind of hover there, and then they'll resolve on the next
Multiply the
turn
cards that are
and do
next
something.
switch together.
The other icon we didn't see is this little gear.
That one can get quite
That means
complex.
trigger an effect. So you can look through the independent
Either
stack
you play
and
each
trigger
game
an effect.
individually, or you can combine them together.
So what we're going to do is we're going to
And
shuffle all
then you
these.
might have noticed that 2s are missing in this game completely because the 2s
We're
are
going to deal
time
them into 2 stacks of 9.
and those you only get in the campaign. Or if you win a game, you get to the marker back there that's not all the way back there.
What you're going to do, you're going to draw 3 cards off this deck.
2 points right now.
You're going
However,
to choose
when
1 to
the
keep for
game
yourself,
12, whoever scores
1 to
this
give to your opponent,
also gets
and
one
1 to
point.
put in the independent
So this
stack.
card is like.
And you're going to do that 3 times.
Yeah, but that is it. That's the game. That's cool. Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, not really. I'm just curious.
All right. Thank you very much for playing.
Oh, I can't look at them. Sorry. I messed that up. Yeah. You can't look at the cards you're getting until you're done drafting.
Okay.
I messed that up. So you're going to draw 3 again. Then we're going to just do this 3 times until we assemble a full hand.
And the gear is choose an effect that's in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. And I am also at a bit of a juncture here. Perfect. Okay, and then the final 3 cards.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, we'll flip the coin to see who goes first. And you'll play the first card.
Okay.
What did I get? Nothing good. free and available to you.
And let's just try my luck here.
Yeah. Okay, so you'd get to take. That's a good number. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do this, which is I could take a card from my hand and trade it with a random card from your hand.
Okay. Random card from my hand. All right, so I'll go ahead and score this guy.
Yep.
And you can do the effect.
Yep, sounds good. So I get to. I'm gonna take a random card. This one, and you can get.
Aha.
And this just goes to the past. And you play the highest card, so you're going to be going first again.
Okay.
Okay, so if I play the 10, you'll get to take it. Okay. But it's also just a super high number. Okay, cherry 10. So this is I can take the card from there and put it in the past. So which card's effect would you like to trigger? And which card would you like to score?
Okay, you put
This card
into the past.
into the past.
Okay, so I guess I'll let you score,
Sure.
and then I get to do my effect.
Yep. Which is if I had a 10 here, you could take it. Which I wouldn't have a 10 there.
Okay, so you'll get a 5,
I would get a 5.
but then if not, then that would just go to the past.
Yeah, it would just go to the past.
I guess it's better for
Yeah,
that
to
just
avoid
go
me
the
getting the
past.
5 points. Yeah. So that'll go here. You still played the highest card, so you're still playing first.
Still
which
have
is
the
tough.
thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Playing first is hard.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I think I made a little. We'll see.
I'll go farming.
Yeah, okay. So you'll get to look through my hand and trigger an ability. What do I have? Card. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine.
You guys doing all right?
Yep.
Me, you think?
Don't think it's in there.
How are you doing?
I think I'm going to do this. Okay, so
Seeing some
I will
interesting
choose
things?
your effect to trigger
When I
and
get
my
off
card
work,
to
then
score.
I can look at
So your
it.
effect
I
gets to go
played
first.
This one yesterday.
You're going to
I
look at
liked
my
it.
3 cards and you can trigger one of these
I liked it a lot.
effects.
I didn't win, but that's
Okay, the opponent.
Take
Okay.
a card from here,
Influence.
put it in the past.
Put
Which
it in the
I don't.
past.
I
Which
haven't
you
done
don't have
well
any.
enough to score.
Okay. The current card of the opponent, which would be me now.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
If it was a 7.
yeah. If I had played a 7, you could score it.
Okay. Or I can get one of these actions out of here.
So it's
Okay.
funny. You looked at a bunch of effects to then look at a bunch of effects. But you did get to see my hand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's relevant. I'll keep it face up.
584. Okay. Effect.
I gotta go play with them.
We actually could do it tonight while they're at speed pitch. A smaller group.
Gold.
What's this area here?
That is the influence area.
Okay, okay. It's all,
Yep.
it's all there. Okay. So I can take. I'm thinking this is it.
Yeah, if there's something that lets you get something out. Oh yeah, the Potter's in there. That's right. Yeah, that seems great.
Okay.
Take a card of your choice, move it into your score area.
That'll be the 9.
Yep. And then I get to score this card, and this will go over here.
Okay.
Okay. Ah, I forgot that was in there. I realized that I gave you that card, and I was like, I should have given you something else. Oh, and I get the coin, of course, because I played the high card.
Bigger card.
The card you just played. So
What if
know-
you get a tie?
If you get a tie, it defaults to who currently has the coin.
Okay.
So I get to break ties right now.
You can get an effect, but
Would you know what's in there? I actually don't know what's in there.
yeah, it's the perfect time, man.
Oh yeah, that seems great. Yep. So which card would you like to score, and which would you like to trigger the effect of?
I guess I'll get the effect. Yeah.
So you get this, and this goes here. And you played the
Because it's
highest
the
card.
four.
Yep. Played the highest card, so you're playing first.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Take a card of your choice from here and score it. Pretty good. So I played the highest card.
Okay.
I'm going to choose my effect to trigger, which is I choose a card from your influence area and move it to the past.
Okay.
So I'm going to choose this,
The 9.
and then you get to score this.
Okay.
So I made a little progress.
Makes sense.
And then I have to play the first card, and you've got the...
1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'd swap
a
cards. So I'd get the 4. This effect doesn't do anything, so I'm either giving you one... I think I just have to let this trigger.
Alright, so we'll swap a 4
Yeah.
for a 9.
Then this goes away, I score this, and then you would win. Congratulations.
Crazy.
There are 3 ways you can play the game. There are 3 different decks of cards. This was the first deck, the Egypt deck.
Okay.
The second deck is Medieval Times. The core mechanic is that rather than just using the red-blue player icons, what many of these cards will do is ask you to determine an orange player. Here, the qualifier for the orange player is whichever player has the highest total influence in their influence area. And so then this effect is the orange player takes their best, highest influence card and moves it to the past. So with the orange deck, which players the card's effect changes around a lot and is really based on what is happening in the game. The final deck is the 1980s, and in the 1980s, many of the cards have abilities that rotate them and add them to your influence area and start to do wacky stuff in your influence row. Like this one is increase the influence of cards on its left and right by 1. or there are cards that multiply them, or cards that do other wacky stuff.
Rotates 90 degrees or just 180?
What would it be? 180. Yeah, that's right. It would rotate 180 degrees to that position. Yep. And so you can play a single era game where you just take the deck of that era, shuffle it, do exactly what we just did, or you can play all 3 eras in a row as a campaign, and you'll score points between them. You'll play with these extra cards, the Time Travelers, which themselves are worth a victory point if you get them into your area, so they're worth a whole game. And so lots of different ways to play this game in this box.
Best of 5 wins the campaign?
It's actually, it's neat. If you win the game, you get 2 victory points. If you get a Time Traveler in your score area, you get an extra point. We'll both sum our totals. So like, let's say you won with a Time Traveler and I had a Time Traveler. You would get 3 points, right? And I would get 1. We'd do the difference. So that would be a difference of 2, and you would get 2 points. And so yeah, if someone gets to 4 points, they win. But then if you don't, then it'll move back towards the other player.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Man, if I still had my 2-player Tuesday group going, I would certainly buy this. But
Yeah, this is a very good 2-player game.
Man, can you mix and match the time periods?
They don't quite mix and match, but the idea being that they, because you kind of sequence through the decks, playing them one after another, that certain things will kind of carry over.
Okay.
But they won't actually mix and match. They have different backs, actually. So they'll all be played individually, and as a result, are all kind of balanced against each other.
Interesting. You have any idea, like, did the designer have look at the Chronoclass system for some ideas on this one?
I don't know, actually. I haven't talked to the designer about this, so I don't know. But yeah, there are certainly other games about time that kind of play with this same concept.
Interesting. All right, thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the teach.
Yeah.
All right, later, Gators.